I dated Risa Tisa. I know right now y'all like, Tom, you dated Risa Tisa? Like, yeah, I've dated her multiple times. So Wendy out here. The thing y'all gotta understand is, I went through the comments and I saw so many judgmental comments about, what she did wrong, red flags she should have saw, all this stuff, right? But at the same time, it's like all these people who are commenting, yeah, y'all do the same thing. And like when people comment under my videos and they're like, well, Tom, where do you find me these women at with all these problems and all these women with all these issues? You are those women. That's what's so crazy to me. Everybody's ignoring the fact that they have their own personal bag of BS when they out here commenting in the comments. What? You are the problem. I am the problem. We all are the problem. We don't know what we're doing. How I dated this person. Look, on the first date, she told me, like literally in the first couple conversations, she's like, yeah, you're toxic, I can tell already. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you've done like 2 or 3 things right now that just basically are red flags and I should get up and leave right now. Now me, I'm sitting there like, what the hell is she talking about? And she's like, well, for one, you have your phone face down on the table, eating and talking to you. Why would I have my phone on the table as a distraction or have it face up as a distraction? Because I get a lot of notifications on my phone, even if I'm not using it. But the thing is, her logic was sound because most dudes be hiding information or hiding what they got going on with other women, on their phone. So I get that. But she went on to tell me the reason she was feeling that way is because of her previous relationship. And so basically when she met this guy, he told her up front, he was like, hey, I really like you. Everything's going great, but I want to let you know that I got some things on my background that if you ever did a search on me, it would come up. Now, most of us would say right then and there, that's a red flag. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to break up with this guy right now. I'm done. But she didn't. She listened to what he said. He told her, hey, I've got a charge for gross sexual imposition on my background. It happened when I was 25. I didn't know I was dating a 17-year-old girl. She told me she was 19 and went to the university in our town. Now think about it. If I'm 25 years old and I meet some girl who's close to 18 and she's talking well, looking well, I'm not doing a background check at 25 on nobody. So I could see how somebody might have slipped up and got a charge that way. But this story gets way deeper than that, buddy. So she got past the initial charge and said, you know what, I'm going to see what happens with the relationship. But it just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So about 2 weeks into the situation, they get intimate. Now, this is all literally on our first date, sitting in a restaurant. She's telling me this story. And so she's like, we get intimate. And I'm like, so, okay, was that problematic? Were you not compatible? I'm asking a couple questions. So she's like, it was just different. And I'm like, different how? And so she's like, well, he didn't penetrate me where he should have. Now at this point, the waiter walked past while she said that. She was just like, the waiter was like, and she just kept telling me all this stuff, right? Now, for me, her telling me all this stuff should be a red flag because she's telling me all this stuff. I don't know her from Adam. This is the first encounter we've ever been on. So she tells me he eats her out, has anal sex with her, and doesn't put it in her coochie. And this went on for weeks and months. He never hit the coochie. Always her butt, always ate her out. Once again, that's different. But we're all different. We all do stuff that's different and weird and suspect. But we think it's absolutely normal because it's our lives and we're so used to doing what we want to do. So we don't really even think about how different and unnormal the behavior that we put out in the world is. And so like, when I'm watching this 50-part series on this woman and everybody's just like, why did she? Yeah, you do it too. Now back to the story. Make a long story short, this dude ends up arrested again for gross sexual imposition of a minor. He was, because at this point he's in his 40s and he was dating a teenager and got caught while he was dating her, actually multiple teenagers. Now, she rolled with him on these charges. He told her like, hey, I was providing some tutoring services. These girls are just really raunchy in the streets and they got caught doing something else and they told their parents that, I was the one they was messing with. I never touched these girls. And so she backed him up. She got him a lawyer. She paid for his defense. She was locked in. I want to be locked in. I want to be locked in with my man. They go to trial. Now, remember, she's telling me all this on the first date. So they go to trial. She is locked in 10 toes deep until she hears the witness testimony. Little girl gets on the stage and she's like, Mr. So-and-so was so nice in the beginning and he was so truthful and honest about things. And the first time we had sex, I just thought it was strange. He only wanted to have sex in my butt after he ate me out. The other little girl gets on the stand, says the same exact story. So now the girls that I'm on the date with, she's sitting in the audience of the court and she's conflicted because that's what he did to her. And so at that point, she was able to step outside of the situation and see how far and how stupid and how many red flags that she just hit go on that she had did. And so at that point, when I went out with her, that was her first date in like 3 years because she was so traumatized by that experience. And I say all that to say, we're judging people about driving past red flags or, moving forward past red flags. And I'm here to say we all do it. We all do it. And it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are. It doesn't matter how lonely you are. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. We just don't see red flags like the people who are not in the situation. Now, I could tell you right now, y'all can all be like, that was stupid. She should have never did that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But she did. And so have you. You have had red flags in a situation and you have drove right past them. And if you say you didn't, you lying. So I say all that to say, yes, I've dated Arisa Tisa, and so have you been Arisa Tisa. So quit judging that woman, look at your own life, and I'll see you in the next one.